Here we are again. I forget that some of you guys need closure on some of these things. I was going to put this away and work it much later, but since I'm going to inevitably get the question, can you finish that out? I'm going to try to finish it out. And if it breaks, it's not going to be on purpose. I will honestly try to finish this out as best I can. I'll leave in some of the defects because I know I'm not going to be able to get all that stuff out. And show you what it looks like. There's a lot of issues with this one. Okay. And maybe some of you guys, that's all you got is stone with lots of issues. Yeah. And some of you might be saying, is there such a stone that doesn't have any issues? Because I've never seen any. You might be in that boat. That everything that you've ever knapped has always had issues. Oh yes. I get it. There is rock out there that doesn't have any issues. Yeah. Sometimes you find them. It's true. Sometimes there's no issues at all with the stone itself. It's you or the tools or whatever. The weather, the distractions that are messing you up. Okay, so I'm just going to regularize it just to start out. Now I got the question, or I got the impression that some of you might be thinking that I do actually bury these. I do not actually bury these. I'm just saying that's what they used to do. And if you want to know the old ways, if you want to put these to the side to work on them later, you can't carry them around with you. You can't leave them out in the open because someone will steal it. You know, you can't call the cops on anybody back in the old days. So what are you going to do? Someone steals it, oh well. And if they're sneaky, no one knows who did it. So you got to bury them. Safekeeping. And make sure no one sees you when you go out there to bury it. Preferably at night or whatever. And don't bury it really deep, because that doesn't make any sense. You know, find a rock, tip it over, and put them under a rock. Maybe bury a little bit so you don't smash the points as you put the rock back over the top. You know, be a little smart about it. Dig a little hole. You know, and someone would have to tip over all the rocks in the area to find your stuff. Of course, a determined person will do that. So maybe pick a log or something. Or whatever. After a while living out in the bush, you figure out ways to hide things. So whatever it takes. Usually ends up being buried. Sometimes right out in the open too, right next to the fire, as long as no one sees you. It's bare ground to begin with anyway, right? A lot of times that ground is cleared so that nothing catches fire. If the ember pops out of the fire and lands on the ground nearby, it's got to be bare ground so nothing catches fire. Anyway. So yeah, I don't bury these, I'm just saying. So during that time, let's say that I did not work on this. That I did not work on it because some of you guys need closure and I just put it away. Back in the day, it would be buried, yeah. I would bury it, that's what I would do. I'm not sneaky enough to hide it in plain view. I don't know what to do. How would I hide it in plain view? Some of you guys are really good at that. Anyway. So I'm regularizing the edge just to see where I'm at. I will look opportunistically for platforms, and if I don't see any, I'll get bummed out and I'll go, I'll say I gotta make a platform somewhere. Looks like you gotta crush the edge in a specific spot. Yep. Instead of just crushing the edge randomly. Now what's the flaker, you might ask? What is the material? What is this? It don't look like no nail. It's weird. What is it? Should I tell them? I don't know, maybe one of you guys can tell them. Of course, nobody answers the questions in the comments. I say, tell them when they ask, and no one tells them. Yep, they just silent. Give them the silent treatment. So what is it? Now that I've got you thinking about it, I'm going to stew on it for a little bit, or let it stew. Just let it linger. For those of you just tuning in just now, what's lingering? Something lingering? Yep, something lingering out there. What could it be that's lingering out there? What do you mean lingering anyway? Talking about this. This is wrought iron. Wrought iron. It's soft. It's kind of a soft metal, you know? But it's almost exactly the same as a mild steel nail as far as consistency. You know, they knap both pretty much the same way. I got some wrought iron from a friend of mine so I could try it out. Because, you know, some of these geniuses on the internet, and I say geniuses because they're really, really smart. They say, well, wrought iron? Have you tried wrought iron? And I would say, well, no, but I can get some. Yeah, get some. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Anyway, I got some. It's just like mild steel. To answer the question, that is a piece of wrought iron that I'm pressure flaking with. I always lose my stuff. And it's like mild steel. Yeah. Almost no difference. Practically no difference at all. How does it compare to copper? I like copper a little bit better, but I'll use the mild steel or the wrought iron. No problem at all. I don't have any issues with it. I don't dislike it or like it a lot. The only reason why I tend to use a lot of steel is because I don't have to mess with it. And if it breaks, or if it wears down, or it's not the right size, I need to go get some more because this may be too wide or too thin. It only cost me a few dollars. It's not like it cost me 10 or 15 bucks a shot for a little piece, like with copper. Depending on the diameter. The smaller diameters of copper don't cost that much, but the thicker diameters do. That's why I don't have any. That's right. I don't have any thicker diameter copper tools, although I was gifted some copper not long ago, and I do have some thick pieces, stuff like that. So I'm not without the material, I just don't use it. Why? Because I'd be sitting here resharpening it a lot, and I don't like it. I don't like resharpening. I don't want to go any thinner than this on the handle. Make it wider. Make it wider. Okay. Ooh, that smells wonderful. Really? No. It does not smell wonderful. Okay. That didn't really do much because that sanding belt is worn out. It works on the steel though. Anyway, I'm going to make this thinner. Yeah, I'll just go with it. I'll just make it thinner. Go with what I got. I just kind of messed it up a little bit. I'm going to lose some width anyway, right? Oops, I messed it up again. I'm supposed to be taking so much off of there. Because if it gets too narrow, it's not going to fit right. All right, almost there. I don't want to go much thinner on the knife tang. Are you guys getting good closure? Yeah? Is it coming along okay? Are you seeing it? Do you see the future? Are you getting how to do this? Yeah, you already know how to do it. You just want to see it done. I want to see how I deal with it. I'm doing the base first. That's interesting, huh? Interesting. Why am I not doing the blade first? Everybody does a blade first. Because you could break the blade easy. What are you doing down here first? Well, I want to see if it fits. There we go. It does fit, but I don't really like it. I'm going to have to deepen this haft or square this off a little bit so it's a little bit chunkier in the joint between, just, how should I say this? The joint is this part. Right there at the transition between the antler and the stone. That's where I'm concerned that it's a weak spot. I want it to be relatively thick. So I square this down. It'll both be wider and a little bit thicker. Yes. All right, so let me take that down a little bit. Using the wrought iron pressure flaker. Did you miss it? Did you miss the explanation on the wrought iron? Dang it. Gotta rewind it. Rewind the video. You missed it. So the United States is finally on top as far as the number of people watching the ads. I'm getting most of my revenue from the United States now, finally. After I don't know how many weeks have I monetized my channel. It's been like 2 months, 3 months. I don't even know. Finally, the US is the top revenue. Still only 8 minutes average watch time. I don't know what you guys get in 8 minutes. A lot of times my intro, blah, 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 is 8 minutes long. So what are you watching? So yeah, I got a little bit of a gap down the bottom. Because I did something with the... It's not right. I did something there. I'm going to have to make a little angle here. Make it angled. Okay. Yeah, because Yeah, I should have thought of that earlier. It's going to have to be angled, but it doesn't matter. It matters a little bit because the thicker it gets, the harder it is to slide it into the notch. So just bear with me. Let's see if it bottoms out in the proper way now, with the proper alignment and not much gap. Yeah, I can compensate for that gap by widening the antler notch, so I don't want to go thinner on the stone. And by manipulating the antler notch, I can probably get this blade to straighten out a little bit, because right now the tip is this way. Of course, I could nap the tip back toward that way, but it's better to sand the inside of the notch there, so it'll turn a little bit this way. You know, turn that, go that way with the tip, that way. Yeah. And you guys making these, don't be doing this with the knife at all. You know, don't be with the blade to see if it'll move. No. Unless you like snappity-doo-dah. Snap-a-rama. It'll snap the blade. Alright, so this is about the right orientation there. Now I've got to take this down more here and send in a flake through there, because I'm out of options sending flakes in other directions. So let's do that first. See if I can actually get rid of that. That's the main issue at this time. It's this big old steppy area. If I can send a flake across, I might be able to eliminate that. All right. Much faster than a file. Although I should torture you guys with the file too. Yep. Oh gosh. I was having trouble running long flakes yesterday or last night because I didn't abrade this stuff enough. Well, let's see what happens. Did it do it? Ooh, almost. All right, let's see what it did. Let's put it back together very carefully. Those senior moments here. It's not there. Where did they come from? Ah, there it is. If it wouldn't stop, stick it to my finger. I don't know where that one came from. Oh, that one came from down here. Don't you just love these reassemblies? These reassemblations? Yeah, there it is. Come on. That took long enough. Anyway, there it is. I blasted this off here. Got a little bit flatter. Still not that great. I still got stippity-doo-dah. Steppities. Might be able to run another one, but that's risky because I got a step right there. Let's see if I can push that step off with a little flat spatula tool. Showing you all the tricks. Yeah. Just gotta push hard on this one. Nah, harder. See, one weird thing about this, when I do this, somehow I end up catching and pinching my skin here between the end of the flaker and the workpiece. I don't know how I do it. It's just really long, but that that's another thing I have to keep in my mind that I don't do. I got to make sure I don't pinch, and sometimes my finger pinches my skin between the workpiece and my knuckle, like that. When I'm doing a leg pressure assist. Seems like it'll work well, right? Well, everyone except me. There we go. I can pinch myself on anything. Oh, yes. Okay, let's see. I think I can get another flake in that area, but it's dicey. But I usually do the dicey stuff. Now, this is getting in my way. Why do I have the molcajete? Molcajete. Why do I have it? To build little fires. It's a little fireplace. It's a little hearth, right? Anywhere I want to go, I just take that. I can build a little fire in it. Yeah. It doesn't leave a trace on the ground at all. I could take it anywhere. But usually I just use it in the yard back here. Well, back at my old house. I haven't used it here yet. They have a fire pit here, so don't need it. Did I do it? Did I do it? I mean, that was a nice flake. It blew through some of this stuff that's really bad. Yeah, this stuff was really bad right there, but it blew right through. So yeah, grinding and grinding, it does work on this material. Now, since I'm not going to be cutting with this top edge, these steps don't matter, because I'm not going to be cutting with this top edge. In fact, I might even dull it so I can, have it, so I can tell the guy that I'm making this for. You can just put your thumb on top and if you need a lot of leverage. Don't worry about the steps. You're going to be cutting with this edge, and as long as this is smooth on both sides, it'll cut. Oh yes, it'll cut right now, but it'll be not too good. You want it to cut very well. Excelente. Yep. All right. So I think I'm going to take my pressure flaker and regularize this even more. Or just grind and grind and grind. Yeah, maybe I'll just grind and grind and grind, because I got to grind it anyway. I think it does help that I ground the ends of this too, to get a fresh steel surface that's not embedded with particles of stone, which I don't like it when I hit it and it doesn't release. Sometimes it's all crunchy underneath. Let's see if I did it. Ooh, almost. See, I'm still trying to catch those steps on the other side. So with the reassemblation, let's see, there we go. It almost did it, but see, I got issues. Okay, I got issues, yeah, but this has issues too. This has got issues. So I'm not blaming myself for it not going all the way across. Because see, it hit that little area right there and it stopped. It could have went all the way, but it didn't. That's for my kids. It didn't. Alright, so here we go. I am going to take some risks. Oh yes. Try to blast through a lot of this stuff. I'm taking risks on this edge here because it could leave a lot of incipient cracks. Those insipid incipients. Did it do it? Did it? I'm trying to run a long flake on the other side. Let's see. Ooh, I felt something release. I don't want to reassemble this. This will take me forever to reassemble. Just look at it. Yes, just look at it. Beauty. So yeah, just thinning it down. And remember, boys and girls, this is after 10 years experience. 12 now, if I really think about it, since 2010. Since 2009 I've been seriously napping. I started in 2007, but I was just napping like a tile setter. I was using nippers to nip around the edges and using a screwdriver for notching. I didn't start seriously napping until 2009, so it's been more than 12 years. But I say 10 years because it's nice and round number. Okay, so that didn't work. See, that step fracture happened right where it's not supposed to happen, and that was a well-prepared platform. But you know how it goes with well-prepared platforms and me. So I'm going to do what I'm not supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be grinding the heck out of this. I'm not. We'll see what happens. I'm supposed to prepare platforms and hit them right. I'm not supposed to grind the heck out of it and use steel and then hope for the best. Oh no. But it seems like that's what I do. That's what I do. And I make stuff. Oh yeah. I can actually make stuff that way by doing everything I'm not supposed to do. It's funny how that works. And I can even make them look like they used to make them in the old days. Doing everything I'm not supposed to be doing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a modern looking knife, so it's not going to look like it did in the old days. But you get the idea as far as the flaking goes. Random flaking. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah. Can you see? I'm not going to keep zooming in and out. And I'm not going to zoom in all the way because I'm all over the place in the frame if I do it. If I zoom in too close, it's hard to keep the thing in frame. Oh yeah. I gotta apply a lot of force, and then I get the drawbacks are a lot of the drawbacks with a lot of force. The drawbacks of a lot of force are weird things happen to the platforms and the edge. Yeah. Ouch. See, that's the weird thing here. Steel is really, really tough, right? And this is heat treat. But look how it dug out that piece of steel from my flaker. Look at that. Look at it. Not supposed to do that. How the heck does it do that? Well, you know. Everybody out there who is actually a napper, you know. It's because the stone doesn't like you. I'm telling you. It doesn't want to be a blade. So it does all these weird things. It defies the laws of nature. Alright. Am I being serious? No, I'm not being serious. I mean, there's always an explanation for that stuff. All right, here we go. I'm trying to push off this step fracture and I'm trying to pinch my skin between my knuckle and the workpiece. All right, here we go. Ooh, I got one side of it. Nice little flick. It's already 30 minutes. You guys thought it was 15 minutes, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna continue this on the next one, next segment. But yeah, I've got the major issues flattened pretty much. Yep, I just need to take care of a few more areas. Maybe that one. I definitely want to get rid of this nasty stuff around the tip. I don't want any step fracturing going on anywhere there. And let's see if I can get rid of that. Run a flake here to maybe get rid of that. Yeah, I might be able to push this flaker into this area and pop some of that out. Maybe. Yeah, I'm out of options here. I can't run any more flakes that way without risking it too much. All right, next segment.